It's not often you see someone in this day and age buy a physical copy of a manga. This stands true even more in the current day and age, where the selection of manga people physically have is only a fraction of what's available online. It is also more expensive to pay for a manga volume than it is to read the entire manga on your phone. So why is it that I and many others have bought this series as well as its sequel? So much so that it's received the Anime Award 2017 for the Manga of the Year. To start us off, the unique thing about this series is that it's based off of the author's life, and therefore it is a memoir of events that actually happened in her life. This is extremely unusual in the current day and age manga community, as the scene is dominated with fantasy manga, slice of life manga, and sports manga among many other genres. So why was this author's memoir manga received so well internationally? First off, the manga talks about the author dropping out of university and how she lives her day-to-day life dealing with sexual frustration and mental illness. The story does not shy away from discussing these things with the reader, as it goes into detail about both. My lesbian experience with loneliness only has 6 chapters, but I highly recommend this manga, as it's one of the most important manga currently. This manga will hit close to home if you're struggling with sexuality or mental illness, but it also gives a great insight for those who have not gone through these experiences. It is by no means a boring manga for the average person, it is the exact opposite. While not as thrilling as a shonen series, the series will grab your attention, and for as short as it is, it's 100% worth reading. My lesbian experience with loneliness is what I have bought and read over the past few days, and it's the main reason for making this video. While the prequel focused on sexuality with mental illness mixed in, the latter focused mostly on mental illness. The only way to describe the series is that it's very emotionally raw, and does not sugarcoat the events or struggles, and its depiction of mental illness is very well done. My Soul Exchange Diary is an unstructured jumble of stories that each talk about a different experience, and while some of them are not as enjoyable as others, there are, at the end of the day, a number of diary entries by someone suffering from mental illness. Some of the chapters might be uninteresting and bad, but that's what makes this series all the realer. This manga is not a fantasy. This is the life of another person. It's their daily struggles and thoughts, and that's what makes this manga so different. There's even mention of how the audience directly influenced the series. At one point, the author discusses at length how the success of my lesbian experience with loneliness affected her life. Both these manga are manga that need to be read. They are so different and so well done that I highly recommend reading both. As someone suffering from mental illness myself, I can tell you that this series is a realistic depiction of what goes on in the life of someone with a mental illness. This series is one of the only series that I think should be read by every manga fan. Both my lesbian experience with loneliness and my Soul Exchange Diary are about 30 chapters, so it's short enough to finish in one sitting. I can say without a doubt in my mind that this manga is one of the most important manga in modern times, and if you do not read this manga, then you're severely missing out on being an essential part of manga history. It is not often that I do not recommend series at the end of my videos, but this is one of the cases where I want the focus of this video to be the series. So take care, stay safe, and read this shit.